much, John. And it would be time to point out that who would have thunk, I know that passe from a long time ago, that we would have a John James running for council as a member and another John James who owns Instant Imprinting as a member of the Chamber of Commerce. So it's this time that I want to point out that John James of Instant Imprints is not running for city council. John James of Windermere Real Estate is running for city council. All right, Stan Junot, as we say in Italy. Junot.
Remember when you see the name Stan? Put a little mark.
Concerning the town center, you said you support the density we need. What does that mean? How much do we need?
Wow. You know, the market's going to dictate on how much we are going to be able to develop. If we put too many constraints on building green, which triples the cost of building, if we put too many constraints on design, that's going to drive the cost up. I do think we need probably in the neighborhood of 2,000 housing units in that area. We probably need 400,000 square feet of retail. I was talking to Tim, who owns Ace Hardware. He'd like to take 15,000 square feet, plus a garden shop if he could. We do need to look at multi-use. In other words, have the flexibility to shift from retail to office. So the market's going to dictate it. If we rezone it, developers come in, they're willing to build it, I got a feeling that we'll have the retail and the business to be able to backfill. But we also need to look at bringing in our community center. I attended a few meetings dealing with that. It's great. We need to consider maybe combining a community center with an aquatic center, like they have in Federal Way. Be able to come up with a multi-use building in that area. One of the things, real quick, that I wanted to include that I didn't. I attended a couple meetings with Dino Rossi dealing with ideas. And if you go to my website, I've started what's called an idea generator. Everybody has a problem. Everybody has a solution. Everybody has an idea. It's the opportunity for you as a citizen to be able to put those ideas into work. As a leader, I can't fix it. Not all the problems, because I don't see them all. I don't have all the answers, but the citizens do. And we need to listen to the citizens who can't attend all the meetings, who can't attend all the events, have a place for them to voice their opinions. I'd like to see it on the website for the city too. It's nice to submit comments, but it's nice to see them as well.
Thanks so much. That's all we have time for now. Gotcha. Nancy, please come on up. I want to make sure you were awake. It's supposed to be funny, not me. All right, your question is, you mentioned the aquatic center, and isn't that competition against our own Sammamish businesses, such as Pine Lake Club?
I don't think so. I think there's a need for so many aquatic centers around that I belong to the Pine Lake Club, and I dropped it once. I rejoined it for my grandchildren, and I'm about to drop it again because they can't swim there. They're always occupied in the morning by the swim things for the women and things, water aerobics and things like that. In the afternoon, they're dominated by the swim teams, and most of the time I want to go in there and swim with my grandkids, and they're 7 and 8, turning 9. There's no place for them to swim. So no, I think there's the demand is too great, the supply is too limited. So I think the market dictates. I also think it's a sense of community. The nonprofits such as the Y and the Boys and Girls Club have each considered looking at aquatic facilities, and we're hoping to partner, hopefully with the Y on an aquatic center. It's not sure that'll work out. If not, the aquatic center will go down on the Pine Lake Middle School property that the Y has acquired, hopefully. So no, I mean, market supply and demand, there's just no way that you can build so many aquatic centers. The demand, we just couldn't keep up with it.
And let's give all 6 a big round of applause.